guys. Have hope. Coming at you guys. Premier League, man. City. Is it over?
It's a wrap.
Is it a wrap for?
It's done, bro.
It's finished. It's over.
There's a part of me that doesn't like to be like that. 10 games, 11 games in, I'll be being stupid.
But it's like,
I'm finding
everybody got to be a
bite in there?
I'm finding it very difficult to not agree with everyone that's like, just give them it now.
Bro, this is a chicken fajita. It's a wrap, bro.
They have weapons.
It's a wrap. It's
Bro,
finished.
the weapons are too much. It's like, it's
the
unfair.
squad is basically like, if Jesus gets injured, you can bring in Aguero. De Bruyne can score. Silva can score. Sterling can score. Sane can score. It's like...
How many games has Sterling started this season? Because I would like to see the stats. How many games he's actually started? Because
I think he's started about at least 7 or 8.
How many goals has he got? Because he's in double figures, isn't he?
I think Sterling has about, in the Prem, about 5 or 6, because I think he's got like 9 overall.
He's banging.
Numbers-wise, Sterling's doing very, very well.
It's literally come off the bench, 3 minutes later, goal.
Yeah.
It's mad.
No, I mean, literally, anybody that can turn Sterling into a decent player is like Zeus, because Sterling was crap, man. Sterling was trash.
You know what?
Sterling was trash.
I'm always gonna have a dislike for the way he left and the way he conducted himself, but I will never forget 13-14. He is a good player. Sterling is a very good player.
I would have said he was a good prospect, and he still had a lot.
He was a good player in that team.
He was very, very much a full part of that team that nearly won the league.
18.
He wasn't a bit part player.
I'm not saying
he
he was a bit part. I would have just said that. Yeah, he had a good season, but you could tell, like, finishing-wise, what we've always said, his finishing was shocking.
And also, he didn't have a football brain, which is what Guardiola's given him.
Yeah, and look what Guardiola's done to him now. Like, he's literally, like, transformed Sterling. Sterling is now a serious threat. You know, before, like, you think, Sterling's going to dribble around through people, but he'll just play that pass. And everyone will look at him and go, what are you doing? Even though I done one the other day.
Yeah.
But the one where Guardiola just went...
Yeah, no, that was shocking.
That part, no, he did this.
Yeah,
with the water ball, it was like
that's what I'm saying.
He
was having a seizure.
He wished that was Sterling's neck because he wanted to ring it.
No, but I think Guardiola was overreacting. It's like, come on, man. It's like you were playing Arsenal, and I do mean of offense to Arsenal because,
but we all knew we weren't winning that game.
But the problem is like Sterling. He's done so much good stuff now that I think like, look, City. What Guardiola has done and how much he's improved this team, you've got to give him credit. Even for me, I'm a registered, I actually went to the registrar's office. I'm a registered Pep Guardiola hater. I'm on the list now. So, foolish, this is coming from a hater. Like last week. But it's like, how he's improved players, man, is crazy. And when you look at it, it's coaching because we're even discussing it on the way here, man. The way they are playing, man. No one in the league is on that level. Nobody in this league is on this level. And let's even play devil's advocate. How much can you really drop off from this level, really?
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, they're unbeaten. And when you look at the fixtures that they could possibly lose, you would think Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And we saw what they did there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They obviously, we all knew that Arsenal weren't going to beat them. But you're looking at Man United and Tottenham. They're the only two teams really that you think could trouble them.
Yeah,
but the way Mourinho's going against top 6 sides, it won't be them.
Two things I'll say to that. One, there's always a red herring in this league.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that Man United's undefeated run was going to end to Huddersfield.
Yeah,
so there's always that spanner in the works. Mourinho will be the reason they don't go unbeaten. At Old Trafford,
he's Guardiola's kryptonite because remember Mourinho ran him out of Spain. Mourinho ran him out of Spain.
He didn't run him out. He did.
That's why he's on the registered Guardiola.
Yeah, I know.
He ran away.
Let me just say this, I get okay, maybe on paper it does probably look like Man United might be that team at Old Trafford that can stop Man City, but what you got to understand is this, Mourinho will go into that game thinking like we can't lose. Not going to win the games, but he can't
No,
lose
at Old
because he
Trafford,
hates.
he'll try
No.
and
But he hates Guardiola so much. I'm telling you for now, he'll set out that team not to lose.
Wait, so at Old Trafford or at Etihad?
No, at Old Trafford.
No. Old Trafford. He wants that ass.
Mourinho.
He wants that ass.
Listen. Let me finish.
Yeah, I'm telling
Mourinho
you.
is scared to lose at Old Trafford. I'm telling you from now because he hates Guardiola so much. But this is the thing. This is the flip side. Guardiola hates Mourinho, I think, more than Mourinho hates him.
Yeah, no, he
and
does,
I think
he does.
Pep Guardiola is going to say to his team, we are going to dismantle Man United and we're going to take them to the cleaners. And I can see, bruv, Man City winning that game 3-1.
You know, it
Yeah,
depends.
no,
when-
that's
does
disrespectful.
anyone know when that
Mourinho
does
will lose 3-1.
anyone know when
Mourinho-
that game is? Does anyone know if it's like towards the end of the season? Because remember, that plays a part as well. Because if Man United are behind Man City, he can't play to not lose that game.
True, yeah, that's
They're probably going to need
yeah.
to win that game to
But I
play
just think
catch
the
up.
mentality though of Mourinho, you've seen it in the big game. He doesn't want to. He would rather get a draw at the big teams, and then whoop the little teams.
See, but the problem that he has now is that he's now behind Man City by what, 5 points?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fine.
no.
it's
It's
Is
like
it
7.
It's 8 points.
Yes,
Already?
7.
Nice. See, so yeah, Mourinho is going to have to change his
It's
mentality
8
now.
points.
So
it 8?
this is
That's why I said
It's
league
points.
done, man.
The league is
done.
surely that's
League's
what
done,
the
bro.
league is
This is
finished.
done.
It's
Anyway,
done.
do you know what?
This has been in the microwave for 8
You know
minutes
what
already.
really
The league's
surprised me
done,
about
bro.
Mourinho? I don't know if he did it on purpose or if it was just an accident, but this is how I know he's also got this thing about Liverpool. Like he's like scared when he plays us. Even if we're not in form, he's scared of us. He went to Stamford Bridge thinking he could kick a wounded animal while it's down, you know. He didn't go defensive, and the team actually was playing attacking football. It was the most un-Mourinho-like performance.
Yeah.
And because he lost, it might mean he'd be like, I'm never doing that again. But there was a side to me where I thought, he's a bully. Mourinho is a bully. If he
We all know
thinks
that.
he can do you,
Yeah,
he
but that's
will. So I don't think he's playing a top team thing is defensive. It's if he sees a top team that he thinks he can beat, he'll still try and be a bully. It's only when he knows the team's a match for him when he does this whole let's defend and park and all that stuff.
That's why
I was quite surprised how attacking man you were in that Chelsea game.
But
that's
remember,
why I
they didn't have the players. I think because without Pogba, they goes. But still, those.
But
like,
he still tried to be. That was a very.
That's what I'm saying.
minded
He's
team.
going to go to that game against City.
What was between Herrera and Matic?
Yeah,
No, I don't necessarily mean the personnel, but the attitude. The team went out, and from the beginning, they were being very on the front foot and very attacking. Man United against big teams, they don't play like
Do you think they're going to do that against City? Do you think?
No, they won't do it against City, but it just showed me that
Because he's scared, bro.
Mourinho's
He
a
knows-
bully. That's
Put
what
it this
it is.
way,
He's
there's
a-
no team in the league that can go toe to toe with City, hands down.
Nobody.
No one
Nobody.
can go toe to toe with
I'm,
them.
I know I sound like I'm being stupid.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Here we
We
go.
can.
Say that again.
Liverpool.
With
Until Mane
With
had his
Lovren.
red card, and that was only 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Until Mane had his red card, we were firmly holding up,
Yeah, true,
going
true.
toe to
I'll
toe with
give you
Man
that.
City at their ground. If it's at Anfield, we can go toe to toe. I'm not
Listen.
saying we'll win the game,
Yeah.
but we can go tennis toe for toe with Man City.
That's good. You could go tennis because it's football. It's football you're playing. You
Yeah,
can't
but
No,
go
I
toe
mean,
to toe.
end
Listen,
to end.
I'm a
No,
big
okay,
Liverpool
you go
fan
into
as
it,
well,
you're gonna lose
but
back.
I think
I think we could go toe to toe.
But
you
I
still
know
would've
that
lost that
sound
game,
like
even
I-
if
no,
I-
no, no.
No,
If
no,
Mane
no,
never
no.
got sent off,
No, do you know what it
anything
is? Do you know what it
could
is?
have happened in
Do you know
that
what it is? Both defenses aren't amazing, but our defense is so bad.
That's
I think
the
going
key
toe
thing.
to toe, like attack wise,
Liverpool will always lose.
I'll give you this. Attack wise, we can go toe to toe with them. Attack wise,
But we look at
it's-
the whole game.
But looking at the whole game defensively, having Lovren at the back with Matip.
Yeah, but you know what?
No,
Every
but-
now and again, you just get that great game from us where, our defence is bad, but the midfield plays so well, and the attack's doing so well.
I mean-
Sometimes the defence doesn't always get...
No,
like-
but the thing is, like, let's say, like, if City and Liverpool, they played, like, 5 times, 3 times out of 5, even 4 times out of 5, City would win the game.
Yeah.
Then maybe there'll be that 1 or 2 games that Liverpool would win, where, like, Liverpool, they just manage to put those shots on targets and get those goals. But I think overall, which is the point that Matt was making, is that the defense of Liverpool is so bad that if it's like, okay, Wild West, back to back, City will outscore Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool will score, but City will
But
outscore
it's
them.
not-
It's not just the defense. It's not just the defense. I say it time and time again. Fernandinho, right? Man City, they have wing backs or full backs who like to bomb up the pitch. Kyle Walker and Delph. Fabian Delph is playing out of his skin at left back.
Fabian Delph. That guy from the road, man. That guy is from the
I don't know
road.
how
Bro,
Duff gets
they
in that
literally
team.
just dragged him out of nowhere and said, "Look, we need your left back," and he's playing out of his skin.
He is.
He was a good player. But
Yeah, he was.
He was.
But he wasn't left back.
Yeah.
But Fernandinho is the key because when those guys go bombing forward, Fernandinho knows
I
need to stay
Unsung
here with
hero,
Stones and
100%.
Otamendi and just clean up. Liverpool do not have that. When Moreno goes bombing forward and Gomez goes bombing forward, Henderson goes bombing forward. That man.
But if we was alright, maybe Klopp wouldn't do this. But if you was to put Chan in
I
the
was going to
holding
say
role,
Chan.
let Wijnaldum go box to box and have Coutinho at the front.
Yeah.
Chan does have a lot more discipline in
He
him.
still goes forward though. He's still like I've seen many
Against
times.
the
He'll
big
be like,
teams,
yeah.
he doesn't.
He doesn't.
It's the small teams.
Yeah,
because he
because I
thinks,
think
we
he
could just
could
boil
bad
off
them
this
up,
team.
innit? Yeah.
But like, if he's playing against the bigger teams, he is quite disciplined. Do you know what I mean? And I would say play Chan in the holding position against Man City.
So you
and
drop Henderson for the big games.
do you know what? I'm a Henderson supporter, but the reason I'll drop him isn't because I don't rate him. It's because it's not his position.
No, but I'm also Henderson. Look, I don't think he's the kind of midfielder that Liverpool really need. I think he's too hot-headed to be the main central midfielder, and Emre Can is too young. But wait, let's just go through those things. Let's bring it to Tottenham now. For me, I always said like every Tottenham fan knows deep down that they have no chance of winning the Premier League title. So even if they come out and say, "Oh no, we can win that," no, you know deep down you're not sniffing a Premier League title. Yeah. Without Gareth Bale, you will always be second place, runners up. Do Tottenham need to win a trophy for people to say, "Aye, okay"?
Yes, and this is why, right? Tottenham have come close for the last 2 years. Yes, that's great. Coming close is nothing. They haven't won a trophy since
Long time.
God knows 2007,
long time.
2008.
When Woodgate-
It's been about 10 years. They've not won a trophy. Right? When we didn't win a trophy for 10 years, it was, Wenger, look at Wenger, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was laughing. Liverpool haven't won a trophy for a while. No one says anything because, what was it, 2012?
Yeah.
So that's still 5 years. Give it another 5 years, they might laugh at you as well. But Tottenham are super. They're the closest thing to this. Why are they getting let off? They haven't won anything for 10 years.
It's because
they came close.
No, it's not even that.
I think it's
Poch.
because they were so far away, and now Poch has turned them around and brought them so
It's because remember, like
But
Tottenham,
they still have
because-
won
because-
nothing. They would have been better off winning
no,
the
yeah,
trophy.
But look, man, Tottenham, look at the team. They have no world-class guys. At the end of the day, like, Arsenal still had Henry, who was one of the best players.
They do have a world-class guy.
Who?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane is not world-class.
Harry Kane's not world class.
Harry Kane is not world-class.
Harry Kane's not world class yet.
Harry Kane is not
Thank you. He's not
world-class.
world class.
He's at the cusp. He's not world-class.
He
yet.
needs to
Yeah.
perform on a consistent basis in the Champions League.
Thank you.
Consistent.
But the guy went to the Bernabeu and didn't stick out at all.
Did he score?
Yeah, but he was
That's
incredibly
one game.
important.
That's
He
one
was
game.
incredibly
No, but I'm
important
saying,
to how well they
okay,
played.
That's one
let him
game,
do
though.
that in a semi-final of the Champions League against Bayern Munich
That's the
or
thing, man.
Barcelona or Paris Saint-Germain.
It's like
slightly
Lewandowski,
different.
Sergio Aguero. These guys are
These
both
men
on
are
the
so
biggest
different.
stage.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on Aguero's level. Come on, that's
Lewandowski
Aguero's
is not
level.
the
He's not
best.
He's not a Lewandowski.
He's not a Suarez.
So he's not world class.
Yeah, but there's levels of world class. You
No,
can be
no,
world
no,
class.
no, 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 no,
levels of
There is world class
to
and there's second class.
everything.
Nah.
Yes,
You're either world class
You
or
know
you're not
what?
world
Suarez
class.
is world class.
He's just upset because Meek Mill's in jail. So he's levels. There's levels to this shit.
Suarez is world class.
Yeah.
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 Lewandowski is world class.
Yeah.
Aubameyang is world class.
And Harry Kane don't belong in this
Aubameyang
conversation.
isn't as good as Suarez though.
Actually.
So there's still levels
You
to
see-
world class.
See, no,
Aubameyang
I wouldn't even.
is
I didn't say
Aubameyang world
I didn't
class.
say
You know what?
Aubameyang
Let's have a
world
conversation about that.
Yes,
That's the thing.
Aubameyang is world class.
No, he's not.
Is
Can I just say something?
He's consistently banging in 20,
I don't think
30
he is.
goals
Let's say
every
something, right?
season.
When has he
Yes.
scored a big goal in a big game? When has he
Against
scored a
Liverpool
big
in
goal?
the Europa League at Anfield, it's still a big game. Anfield's one of the most.
Look,
Anfield is one of the most
Drifty.
intimidating
You need to give me that
arenas in
drifty.
Europe.
When I
Was
talk
it a
big game, I
Champions
talk
League
Champions
That's
League.
irrelevant.
Was it
No, it was a
Champions
massive game. And
Champions
Champions
League
League
is where it's
come
at.
on, man. I'm a
Champions
Liverpool fan,
League
but
is
come
where
on.
we talk. You can't bring Europa League. Champions League is where we talk.
Okay, so
You can't bring that
Aubameyang
Europa
doesn't
League.
consistently score goals in the Champions League. Of course he does.
No, but bruv, when you say big games, you talk about the knockout stages.
Quarter final.
No, but now you're
final.
being too specific because
but
a
that's-
big
that's
game.
defining what a big game is.
A
Big
Champions League game
What,
in the
group game?
knockout phase is a. If the group game matters, it's a big game.
Brother, you could have a group game against, I don't know, bloody young boys.
No,
Do you know what I mean? Young boys.
No,
are
That's what I'm
young
saying.
boys are good, man. Young boys.
Aubameyang scores against everybody. He's an assassin. It doesn't matter who it is.
But alright, so you're saying world class, there's levels to world class. I'll put it this way. Let's actually think. You're in school, you got class. You got higher, you got intermediate, you got foundation.
That's true.
There's a certain amount of people that go in that world class.
That's what I'm saying.
They're all in the same.
Okay, yeah.
They're all in the same class.
And,
Kane ain't in that class. He's just underneath.
Kane is in intermediate.
You've got advanced.
He's not in the top.
You've got advanced, you've got intermediate, and you've got foundation.
Yeah.
In the advanced group, there'll be some people who get A+. And there'll be some people who get A. They're all in the same class. But some will get a slightly higher score. So therefore, it's the same with world class. There are two levels to every...
Can I just say...
Did you know what the issue is?
He's in the lower world class level.
Lower world class, you know. I've never heard
the issue with what you're saying is that
lower world class.
by doing that, you're disrespecting the label of world class because you're making it too easy for too many people to put people in there. Because then, you know what it is? It's a slippery slope. Because then I can say, well, this guy's world class, but he's not really world class. So therefore, you have about 50 guys in world class. The beauty about world class is that it's very hard to attain that top tier level. Yeah. So therefore, we have to make it difficult for people to attain that level. Because again, if your same thing is world class, I might as well put him in the same category as a Lionel Messi, as a Neymar, as a Robben, as a Lewandowski. I'm sorry, Drift, you can't. But if are you going to look with a straight face and tell me that you're going to mention a Harry Kane in the same breath as Lionel Messi and Neymar?
Not a Neymar. No, you're not. But you know what? As stupid as it sounds, I'll put him in the same conversation with Lewandowski.
Man, you can't do that.
Listen, I would put Harry Kane in the same conversation as Lewandowski.
In the same conversation with Lewandowski.
Lewandowski on the same
since
level
Dortmund.
As Harry Kane.
Lewandowski has been doing this since Dortmund.
I guarantee you, by the end of their careers, Harry Kane has banged as many, if not more, goals as Lewandowski.
Okay, Drifty. Domestically, no one can argue with Harry Kane. No, not one of us can say anything against Harry Kane domestically.
He's 22 or 23.
Lewandowski scored 4 goals
in world class. You have to do it internationally and within the best top European competition. Lewandowski's done that for years. Yeah. When Harry Kane has done that consistently, he's scoring goals in this year's Champions League. He's very close.
But is there any
Let's see if he does it consistently.
Lewandowski has bricklayers with him in the Polish team, man.
Is there any part of you inside that's being realistic when you doubt he will be able to do it?
No.
We know Kane's going to bang.
I know he will be able to do it, but we can't put him in that conversation.
No, we're not saying that like he can't reach that. We're just saying
currently,
you can't say currently yet he's there.
Okay, I'll let you have it. I still think Harry Kane is world class.
I think you're just ahead of us. You're a little bit up the road. We're waiting to see like you're walking to the destination. We're waiting for the bus. I mean, we're like, right, let's see if the bus turns up.
Yeah.
We'll give it 5 minutes. If the bus turns up, we'll walk. I think that's where we are.
I listen. He's a Tottenham player, and I don't like it. But the guy is level.
No, but Harry Kane is a serious striker. I just think, as you said it best, like he's not there yet. He's close. He's very close. Now I say there's levels to this, yeah. Like you got your world class, your international class, and you just got standard player. Harry Kane is he's at international class and he's about to burst, but he's not there yet. That's why I say
basically he's on the shortlist for promotion.
Yeah,
I'll give you. I think he's there already, but I'll give you that.
Okay, so let's look at quickly the other teams now. So I think we said before that United, they're perhaps the closest team to challenge Man City. So what are the issues with United? Are you going to roll with Mourinho saying that the injuries are hampering them? Or are you going to say that Mourinho's... Because again, a lot of people have been going on Mourinho saying that his negative tactics and defensive tactics are killing you, United. That it is because of his philosophy that he's not really taking United to the full potential. But then on the other side of the argument is that Mourinho is saying, look man, Pogba, Marcus Rojo, these are two key guys.
He can call all the carrots and Rojos and Fellaini's he wants. He's chatting absolute bullshit. The only player they missed is Pogba.
He has no right to talk about injuries. When you spend the amount of money he has and assemble a squad that he has, you do that to deal with injuries. You have no right to complain about injuries when you have players.
So basically, if I give you Herrera and Matic, can you beat Carriabat?
Herrera was the player of the season last season.
And the Herrera?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
I personally don't.
He got the fans player of the season last season.
I rate Herrera. You know? Bro, I think he's very underrated.
That is how far United have fallen. Where Herrera is named your best player. That's bad.
Yeah, no, that is bad. That's bad.
So Andy Herrera, I still think is a good player. I just think he's not, as I said, he's not world class, but he's a very good international player.
You know what? I think the problem with Andy Herrera is he's trying to find the right role for him in that central midfield. And I think he's been moved around a lot in terms of he was holding man at one stage last season. Then he played number 10.
He's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, so they need to find where he fits in properly, and you need to have the right man next to him. Like Matic works well with Pogba and everything like that. They need to work on that partnership, Matic and Herrera.
I tell you what's funny about Man United. I still think they'll be good this season because they're in the middle of the season. They're professionals or whatnot, but I already think that Mourinho's grating on them with the negative tactics. Like the players themselves, I think, want to express themselves. I think you can already see they're annoyed with him a bit. Of like this whole like being ultra defensive and having to like sit back and all this. I don't even think
wait. Let me ask you guys a question, man. I'm going to put it out there. So, actually, this is like sort of in two parts. So, firstly, is Lukaku overrated and is Lukaku a bust?
No, I think at the beginning of the season, I think we all said the same thing. Lukaku is a good player, but he goes missing at stages in the season. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. He did it for Everton, where he would bang goals, and then he'll go quiet for 3-4 games. What's it been? Seven games he hasn't scored for?
Yeah. It's normally longer than that. In fantasy football, there's always that thing where you're like, should I take him out? Should I not? And then you realise you've lost so many points because you dilly-dallied on it.
Last season was
killing me, man. It's killing me.
For me, look, when we look at Lukaku, we're like, what's missing?
That's it.
Whatever it is that's missing is why he's not great.
Yeah.
Nobody can put their finger on it, but it's the whole reason why when we had that conversation before and people saying who's better, Morata or Lukaku, it's not even a debate. Like,
no, for me, I think the thing with Lukaku is that I think it's two things. Against better teams and really good defenders, he's very easy to nullify. If you're a good defender, because you know exactly what he's good at and you know what he's bad at. So when you're a very good defender, it's very easy to nullify him. It's very if you're a good manager.
You don't have to be a good defender. Dejan Lovren knows how to Lukaku out the game.
If you're a good manager, even a good defender, you can lock him. And also, the second thing with Lukaku is that it's basically second thing as well. Big games. There are some players who don't do well at big games because with big games, it's a whole different mentality. I think the third thing as well is that he is limited. He's a very good finisher, a damn good finisher, but it's like he's limited. He's not really dynamic. So when a player is limited and good at a very certain thing, if you're a good manager and you look at the tape, you know that, okay, this guy can't really dribble. This guy doesn't really have that control. Yeah. So you know that this guy, he's good at the back of the goal, but now, so if he restricts the space against him, you go tight on him.
That's what I was going to say. With Lukaku, like, he's one of them players. If you give him space, he's dangerous. Yeah. But you close him off, he struggles. That's why, like, against teams that press him high and like get stuck into him straight away, he struggles. But if you back off him, that's when he can.
And also as well, like, even if you face up to him, he can't dribble you.
No, he can't.
How many times have you seen Lukaku beats one player, two players, shoot and score?
Another thing, I know this is going to sound like I'm being stupid because his record is very good. Is he really prolific at finishing? I think Lukaku wastes so many chances.
He does.
Like a lot of chances. It's unbelievable how many chances you think, go! And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, how did Lukaku miss that? He does it a lot.
The Liverpool game is a world-class striker buries that one chance.
That's true. You're right.
Harry Kane would have scored that.
Harry Kane would have banged that.
That would have been the one shot that
but he ain't world-class yet. But he would have banged that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's where Lukaku lets himself down. I think, again, if you're a defender and you let him go out wide, do you know what I mean? You let him work the channel. Some strikers, you don't want them working the channel because
true.
you know they'll pick up their head and they might pick up an on-rushing midfielder. Lukaku ain't going to do that. You let him run wide and you know...
So with United now, so what is... Because for me, I've always said for Mourinho, as much as I love him, I just think that he's been very, very stupid with the way he's treated Martial. Martial is United's best attacking player. I know English guys be like, Rashford is the next dude, blah blah. Yeah. I would say Martial.
I would go as far as to say Martial is their best player. Full stop.
You know what I think?
He's the best player.
You know what I think about Martial?
He's better than Pogba.
Do you know what?
He's better than Rabiot.
I kind of see what Mourinho is doing with him.
On the wing, left wing.
I think if you start Martial, I don't think he's as dangerous as if he's coming on with like 35 minutes to go. And you've already dealt with one particular threat, and you've got a completely different kind of. You've seen it every time he comes on. He performs.
But he was the starter on the Van Gaal man, and he balled.
But that's disrespectful. That's out
of a Mourinho system. But that's out of a Mourinho. When you start a game in a Mourinho system, it's a completely different thing to starting a game in any other system.
But he's playing on the left wing.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're disrespecting Martial because that's like saying he's only like an impact player. Because you got to look at Mbappe. You know, Mbappe can start a game and he'll be a threat for the whole 90 minutes.
Has he played under Mourinho?
No, he hasn't. But no. But again, though, Mourinho. I suppose maybe because Martial's not playing in his preferred position. Martial was bought as a striker.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this whole left wing thing, and then also Rashford getting ahead.
That's all Wenger's fault.
Like, he paid 90 million for Lukaku. Martial is not playing up front.
But I'm just saying, Wenger with the whole Henry, and then because remember Henry was a striker, and then he lost confidence. So Wenger was like, "We're gonna put you back on the wing, relearn everything. You'll be the best. Then you go back up front." And now everyone tries to do
this. Wenger signed Henry, and Henry was playing left wing.
But he was back at Monaco. Juventus put him on for some weird reason. No, but what I'm saying is Wenger put him there saying, learn your trade. And with Henry, it was more get your confidence back. Then we'll put you up front. When you're crap like Walcott, you never actually get there. His plan was to do that with Walcott. But when you're a real talent, if Martial went to Arsenal, Wenger would have done the same thing for the first year. Martial would have played wide. He would have got used to the Premier League. Then Wenger would have put him up front. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say left.
No.
I wouldn't.
Martial
sold him.
But let me say this. Yeah. Do you not think it's a disrespect to Martial that
everything's a disrespect?
Yeah. To regardless, he's on the left wing. How the hell does Marcus Rashford get ahead of him?
You tell me.
When they've got an injury crisis, like say up front, Rashford goes ahead of him. If they've got an injury crisis on the left, Rashford goes ahead of him. Now, each of you, who is better? I think it's kind of clear and obvious. Sorry, you English fans out there, but Martial or Rashford, who are you picking?
That's Martial. It's not even a conversation.
She just going to ask that question.
But then the question needs to be answered. No, but the question needs to be answered because why is it?
He's English.
You know what? That question was probably. Do you want £20 or a punch in the face?
But the reason why I'm bringing it up though is because there's people out there that genuinely think Rashford is better than Martial.
English people.
I'm just saying.
Only people who
I'm just saying. That's us. We're only the
people
that think Rashford is better than Martial. I'm not joking.
No, basically, because for me, I just think like that's why it just doesn't make any sense to me because like Rashford has afforded so many more chances than Martial, and technically. What Martial can do technically is scary.
It's unbelievable.
It is scary what the guy can do technically, and I think that for Mourinho, maybe it's an English thing of like he wants to be. Because remember what he did with Lampard, and I think he loves England as well. So maybe he wants to be the guy that's like, you know what? I was the guy that really made your English guy Rashford really good, and because of that, thing he has to suffer. Because for Martial, look, if you've been played out on the left wing, that's a killer. To be a striker, first of all, put me right wing even. But to be put out on the left wing, and you can see just how awkward it is for him because he's like, okay, what the hell do I do? So
it makes sense, Martial being on the left wing, and the reason why is because obviously he would like to cut in. It gives the right back a big problem because right back, fullbacks, they don't like to defend inside; they like to show people outside. But Martial is tricky as hell. So if he wants to go inside, chances are he's getting inside. So I can understand why you would play him left wing in that respect, but it does kind of nullify his direct goal threat. Because coming in from the wing, obviously you have to make a lot more distance before you could get a shot off. I can understand why Mourinho does it. That's what I'm saying. He will be. He's a striker. He's a better off as a striker.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you got Lukaku in the team, you're never going to get as a striker.
But here's the point: they didn't need to buy Lukaku. They had Martial.
They had to buy Luke. They had to make a big signing.
Yeah, so but they're making another position.
Well, they already got Pogba. So who else were they going to go and get?
Griezmann.
Then buy,
but Griezmann would have played up front as well.
Buy a proper winger. No, but Griezmann,
that's the thing. Yeah, that's what they did. He's an attacking winger. Basically, what United needed was a winger, either an attacking winger or an old school winger. But my whole thing with Martial is that he obviously isn't playing the position how you're saying he is supposed to play. Like Cristiano, Robin, they understand how to play that way. But with Martial, he's actually trying to play like a winger. Because even when he's cutting in on the inside, he's still trying to go in on the outside and trying to cross with his left foot. So you can see that his characteristics and his mannerism is of, no, I actually want to play in the middle as a sense, as a striker.
Yeah, but I think that's more to do with what Mourinho has told him to do. You know, I think with, as you're saying, like I've seen a lot of times, like Martial beats the man, and you're thinking, all right, just shoot, but he'll try and set up Lukaku, or like he'll try and play in Mkhitaryan, and I'm like. Is Mourinho killing off his instincts of like that predatory instincts that he had?
The seed of discontent is firmly planted and growing. They interviewed Martial after he scored the winner against Tottenham. And the first thing the guy said was, that's 4 goals off the bench now. He's so good. And he asked the question based on being an impact player, and Martial just shut him down and basically said, bruv, the fuck you talking about? Bun all this coming off the bench shit. I want to start games, and that's what it's all about.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Was
that on the BBC?
This is good translation. He's already very upset that he's a bench guy. Everyone's starting to see him as this impact player.
He should not be a bench guy.
And look at his face, the way he walks around. He ain't a man who's going to put up with this for long. Trust me. Even when he's happy, he looks annoyed. Do you get what I'm saying? So
he has that same expression.
He's got that kind of like that. He's got that aura about him where it's just like, man can't talk to me. Like, you see when I think Dave made that mistake we were talking about the other day, and Dave made a mistake, and Martial kind of just went.
That look.
The disgust is like, are you serious?
Okay, so let's Chelsea now. So for me, I've always said, look at Chelsea, they're not going to win the league this season. It's just not going to happen. So let me just start a question that we can then get the ball rolling. Conte, does he leave or get sacked in January or in the summer, or does he actually stay on beyond this season?
He won't be there to the end of the season.
Before the season.
You know what? I thought that before they got rid of
Michael and
because from what I could understand, the beef was between those two. And it looks like Conte's won. So if Conte's still there and Emenelo's gone and he's been there for 6 years, something tells me Conte's winning this war. So something tells me he might get what he wants in January and beyond. Of course, it could come to January and the players that he wants don't turn up. So he's then like, screw it, I'm gone. But it looks like they're favouring Conte on this one. It looks like Roman has actually
he's backing
his manager.
I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Chelsea or should I say Abramovich will weigh up and see what happens at the end of the season. And I think if he challenges for the title, I think they'll keep him. But I think.
But they're not going to challenge for the title.
I know, but that's what I was going to say to you. I generally think he'll leave it in the season. Something tells me this. As you said, there's something going on behind the scenes. One of the guys went. I still don't think he's happy. And you can see when they ask him in the interviews after the game where they're like, they asked him about David Luiz actually. And then they said, is it similar to you? Like, what's going on like down the line? Can you see yourself? He's like, stop asking me this question. He's getting kind of animated. It's like, why would you get animated if something's not true? Do you know what I mean? You'll just be like, you lot are just chatting.
No. Conte's on he's on edge.
No, he's John Wick, innit? He's just looking to Ross, man.
No. Nobody's like John Wick.
No.
Nobody's like John Wick, man. That's my guy.
It's winter time.
Neo and John Wick and Morpheus, man. Those are my
No. It's winter time and he's always just got the same blazer, bro.
In the summer.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but for me, I think for Chelsea, like, they may say that you hate him, like you had issues with him. Diego Costa is one of the big reasons why Chelsea have really got at the downward spiral. He's not the only reason, but it's one of the biggest reasons. Morata has done amazing. He's done bloody amazing. But what Costa gave Chelsea was huge. And Costa was a huge reason why they won the title last season. And I think that with this, that, and also, can we just admit this now? Kante is underrated.
I think,
I've never underrated Kante. He was the one who I put in my team.
Yeah, no, but for me, he didn't make the FIFA 11.
What?
He didn't make the Oh yeah, but that was
but you know what? It's always Barcelona, Real Madrid. It's the same.
Iniesta got there ahead of him. What the hell did Iniesta do?
I'm not gonna lie. Iniesta hasn't done nothing for 2 years, bro. And I rate Iniesta one of my favourite all-time players.
Yeah, but he's old.
He's old now. He can't do what even Iniesta can do.
Kante came back and all of a sudden Chelsea look right.
Yeah.
He's the glue, bro.
Without him, they looked an ordinary team.
Yeah.
They look ordinary. But I think going back to your Diego Costa thing, like Diego Costa and Fabregas, those two together were killing teams. When they won the league, those two. If Fabregas can build that same kind of relationship with Morata, Chelsea will challenge again. The problem is that they now have Bakayoko and Kante. Where does Fabregas fit into that?
More importantly,
are they going to play him at 10?
No, but also Fabregas has declined, man.
I don't think they.
But is Morata even going to stay there? You got to remember, like, man's already talking about, I don't like living in London.
No, that's his wife.
As long as Azpilicueta keeps putting in them crosses, he'll be fine. Because I'm telling you, Azpilicueta, who I actually think is one of the most underrated players of all time.
He is. I don't know. He's their best defender.
Yeah, you want to have that debate about levels of world class and all that. Azpilicueta is one of the only world class defenders left in world football, in my opinion.
Wow.
That's
a big statement. He's in there. He's definitely
he's in there.
Because it's very hard to find a world class centre back or defender in this day and age, and I think Azpilicueta goes in.
But you know what? It just goes to show he can literally play left back, centre back, right back, and you wouldn't notice that he's not naturally left back.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere.
Yeah, and the thing about him is that he knows how to just defend. Like, how many times have you seen anybody get past Azpilicueta just easily?
I think
he had one bad game earlier this season.
Yeah, and that's the first bad game he's ever had.
He's had with Chelsea colours.
It's like he always knows where he is. All right, let's look at Liverpool now.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say Arsenal.
No, we're going to get to Arsenal.
So Liverpool, yeah?
Yeah, and also put that Ozil stats sheet away, man. I don't want to say that's Ozil stats
I printed out. I got some papers in here still.
Okay, so all right, so now they beat West Ham 4-1. Does that really mean anything?
No.
Because, first of all, your team is basically responsible for a guy now having to go to the job centre now. So to go and provide it for his family.
Which I feel extremely guilty for, but you know what? You got to think about yourself before you think about others.
So you don't care about Bilic's family and people like that?
Listen, he's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
he's okay. He was nicely compensated for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, apparently that's why it took so long, because they had to give him $3 million and they didn't want to pay the $3 million, so they just kept holding out. He got $3 million.
So let me ask you, so does that 4-1 change your perception as to, okay, what can Klopp do this season? Because in my view, I don't see Liverpool making top 4. Because my top 4 is City, United, Tottenham, Chelsea.
Yeah, mine too.
Because I think that the 4-1 is like sort of masking the whole thing. And I saw your review on Football Banter and everything like that, and I was like, yeah, look, it's something that can be like a knee-jerk, man, because it was a bloody amazing win.
Yeah.
But it's against a very bad West Ham, and the coach got sacked after that because those guys are in the bloody relegation zone. Mm-hmm. So my thing with Liverpool is that where do you see this ending with Klopp? As in, how far can Klopp take Liverpool this season specifically? Because look, man, what if he didn't get Salah? Yes, you give Klopp credit for getting Salah, and Salah has really helped him out. But it's like, I look at the team as a whole, and I don't see this team improving or increasing from what they did last season.
This is why I'm so confused about the Oxlade-Chamberlain signing. It doesn't. Salah, yes, you needed that. That's great. Oxlade-Chamberlain, that 40 million could have gone on a defensive mid or a defender or something to solidify the back. And you would have been so much closer. Or even if you got a goalkeeper, you would have been so much closer
but you know what,
to the top 4.
Let me tell you, as a fan, everything's attack. It's all about attack. Fuck defense. What's defense? That's up, which is mad because he was a defender. So what he
done? Can I just say something there? Sorry, that's great, but Guardiola at City, all attack, he spent 250 million on the defense.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to defend Klopp here.
This should be interesting. Let's go, bro.
The reason why we bought Ox, is because the defensive player he wanted, the centre back he wanted, the goalkeeper he wanted, isn't available, and he knew that. So I think he thought, I'm not even wasting my time with this. I'm not. I don't want to stockpile players. Wrong or right, that's his thinking. I don't want to buy a centre-back and then I'm like, well, what do I do with all these centre-backs I don't need when I do get Van Dijk or whatever the situation is? He's like, I'm just going to go with what I've got and I'm going to hope for the best. But in attack, because our philosophy is so based on attack, he's thinking, I never want to run out of options going forward. Right now, Ox just had to fill in. It's like it actually happened already. 10 games in, Ox was needed. Coutinho wasn't there. Mane was injured, whatever. And it was like, Ox came in. And he's actually done what Klopp wanted. He's played extremely well in the last 2 games. All the Ox hating can stop now. I said to everyone, let's have some patience on him. No.
I watched it. You're just hating.
I watched it for years. No, but
2 games. No, but you're hating. No,
but
you're gonna like his.
You'll get 5. 5 good games.
No, but you
know
what?
I don't just split Ox like that.
Come back 2018-19 for the next 5.
If that happens, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But for the time being, I would definitely say, at the moment, what Klopp wanted is working. He wanted a player who can play in the middle or can play wide if there's injuries. It happened. Ox has come in and he's done extremely well.
No. But my thing though is that look, you can't even use the word extremely well because we have to first, as he said, give me 4, 5, 6, 7 games.
One of the games he's played in convincingly.
Let me say something.
Klopp, that is very naive to then say, all right, this is the centre back I want. I'm not going to get that, so I'm just going to focus on attack. I mean, that's just very foolish. Because if you're going to tell me that like there are no other better defenders out there than Lovren and
let me say something.
His stubbornness will kill him, sir. His stubbornness will kill him, and that is what worries me. His stubbornness will kill him. But when you know you've got Naby, who's coming, if you buy a midfielder, you mess everything up already because Naby's already coming, record fee. If you can get Van Dijk, we don't know. Maybe he knows he's getting Van Dijk in January or next summer. So we're thinking, if I buy another centre-back, what do I do when that happens?
Such a thing called a loan.
The only thing I don't agree with is keeping Mignolet in goal. That was the thing where it's like, Klopp, no explanation you're giving me, I'm taking.
Yeah.
He's the worst goalkeeper in the league. And you
no,
he's the only goalie worse than him. Play for us as well.
I have to agree with that.
Mignolet is worst in the league.
He's the worst starting lineup goalkeeper of all 20 teams.
That's a debate. Let me come back to that one.
Bruv,
come back to that
one. Let me tag in on it.
No.
What the hell? Let me tag in. I'll tell you why, yeah? Let me tag in. Mignolet is dead. Mignolet dead. Karius, oh my, he's a hairdresser. You're not even a goalkeeper. Let me finish.
Who was the keeper for Huddersfield?
I don't care. It's probably Mignolet's brother or something. I don't care.
Huddersfield's goalkeeper, whoever he is better than...
I'm telling you, but no, let me get serious for a second. Yeah. What you said, yeah, I agree. But the one thing where I slightly disagree though is this, yeah. We didn't get
Joe Hart. Joe Hart is the worst.
No, Mignolet.
No, let's move on.
Let me move on. We'll do that. Let me get serious for a second. I hate this. Let me hit it. As I say, I can't agree with what you're saying. Yeah,
worst in the league.
But the thing is that he didn't get Van Dijk, and as you were saying. The defense is so bad. So you know how you're saying about the stockpiling thing? I
don't agree with it, by the way.
No,
I'm just telling you what I think he's thinking is behind.
Yeah, but that is wrong. You want to know why? Because we got Dejan Lovren playing. Let's say he bought Koulibaly, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get Koulibaly now, but I still want to get Van Dijk. Just kick Lovren out the team, bro. Why is Lovren starting? No, but this gets better though, because you're saying Lovren's a great defender. Lovren done this and that. Lovren hasn't been able to train. Man's on 4 painkillers a day, so he still plays it. So when you talk about Klopp making mistakes, that's a serious mistake. You've got a man that's so scared to play ball, he's now having spasms, can't play, taking injuries. Klopp could have identified this and thought, let me get Manolas, let me get Koulibaly. One of them, Van Dijk can still come. Even a holding man. As much as we rate Jordan Henderson, he's good. He's not holding. He's not holding.
No. He's a
get someone in there. And as you said, the goalkeeper. My word, I've said it so many times, and you've said it as many times as well. Yeah. If Simon Mignolet was adequate, and I mean adequate because he's not, we just unfortunately have to put up with him. If we had like a Butland, do you know how much sturdier we would look? The defense wouldn't be so like panicking whenever there's a shot on
That's
target.
a big part of being a good goalkeeper. Is you inspire confidence on those around.
There's no confidence in that back line.
Imagine you're Lovren, yeah, and you know that you've got a mistake in you, and you look behind you and say, Mignolet.
Yeah,
bruv,
it's literally like having a pit bull off the lead.
No.
The gate's open and there's a dog in heat running around outside. You are shitting yourself.
It's true, no, it's true.
Because at any moment,
That's what I'm saying.
But my thing with the Klopp is that I think it's a pride thing.
Of course.
Because he knows he messed up with Sacco.
Of course.
And getting Lovren.
Don't get me
And
started.
the worst thing with the manager is that people saying that you're wrong and then you revealing and admitting you're wrong, because that's why. Because he knows that he messed up, but in his mind, he's like, no, I'm going to keep on playing Lovren because I'm going to keep on proving that no, I was right and my decision
But
was
all
right.
he's doing is proving that he's a crazy person.
Lovren looks...
Like I said, the explanation I gave you is what I think his thinking is.
Yeah, not what you believe.
Not what I personally believe. I believe it's wrong, but that is what I believe. But like I said, with the goalkeeper, that's unexcusable no matter what excuse.
Okay, so because we don't push it, but let me.
No.
Coutinho. Now,
my boy.
I've now been reading news that Barcelona are going to launch a bid for him in January.
They can suck a dick, man.
Look, kids are watching this. They
gotta learn.
I think it's a bad idea. We drink when we do these.
No. So my thing is that people say, why would you get Coutinho in general? Because then he can't be used in the Champions League. But the whole thing is about it's in La Liga as well. Because that allows Messi to rest, allows other players to rest. That means that you have one player, quality player, who's dedicated to La Liga. Yeah. Now, two part question. Does Coutinho go in January?
No.
And second thing, what is the fee that Barcelona would have to bid for Liverpool to say, all right, we accept?
But
because
no matter when it is, you mean?
Yeah, okay, no. January. Barcelona.
In January, they'd have to break Neymar's transfer.
Whoa!
You know what? I think now is
Liverpool would never say yes.
So in January, 185. So if I say hola chicos, what is it? and I say Tambien 185.
185 in January.
Yeah.
Our owners are greedy, maybe.
You know, it would make financial sense to take the money, but again, what do you do with it? I think if you're gonna sell him. They should have sold him already. When you get to January and
it's worst.
Yeah, it's going to be so
panic
disruptive.
Buying. Yeah, and it's panic buying.
Well, it shouldn't be panic buying.
No, but it will be. But the problem is in Liverpool, we've seen it how many times. So it's but like we don't. It's like we don't plan things, and then like we'll buy a player.
We're very reactive.
Yeah, we're not proactive, and as much as I'd like to think, I'd like to think that Liverpool have done their homework. And the cow, don't get me started,
before 35 million was a normal.
Yeah,
even Conor Pianka, we didn't get him, but that was just reactive.
Yeah, reactive,
we're very reactive with our.
I don't think. Put it this way, I don't think Coutinho goes in January. I think if he does go in January, I'm telling you for now, Mel will. I hate to say it, Mel will probably get blown up. The Liverpool fans will not have it, especially as the owners have come out adamantly and said, "Oh, he's not going anywhere." I think he goes in the summer. I think blatantly they've said to him, "You're going in the summer." And in regards to the fee, I reckon it'll be between 150 and 170, but a lot of it will be add-ons. That's what I think.
Do you think it would be risky for him to move in January with a World Cup year as well?
Could be.
Do you think?
It could be disruptive.
If he goes in January, you lot will have to create a new segment called Where's Drifty? Because I'm being serious. I don't actually know if I want to hang around for this shit.
He'll be in Barcelona waiting for it.
If Coutinho goes to Barcelona in January, I'm out of here.
He's going to Barcelona with him.
Listen, I already can't imagine life without Coutinho as it is.
Because
I'm trying my hardest.
It's the realisation. As much as I love Coutinho as well,
if he leaves in January, oh jeez.
I don't think he. No, but I don't think he will.
Yes, all right. So Coutinho leaves in January, or your missus leaves. Which is worse?
She doesn't watch the show.
Game over. It's a wrap. No, it's a wrap.
This kid has been kept like in a special vault.
No, I'm joking. But you know what? It's still a conversation. No, bro, I'm joking. Listen, I'm telling you from now, yeah. all jokes aside, if we lose Coutinho, I don't actually think you understand. It will be more detrimental than when Suarez left.
Yeah, I can. I can understand.
It will be more detrimental.
Look, the Carnival almost made you win the league, man.
Nah, but you
single-handedly.
Nah, if the way we tick, everything about what's great about Liverpool is through Coutinho.
No, you know what? I think Mane is more important to your team than what Coutinho.
Mane is the guy. But when Coutinho's not playing, Mane's not as effective.
Yeah, but it really depends on who you bring in to replace him. Because if you go and get a Lamar, who's a top talent, you go get a Lamar.
I suppose we're missing Lallana as well.
No, I can't wait for that boy to come back. I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I think a lot of people get a bit carried away with Mane, not because he's not an amazing player, but the speed and the ferociousness of the way he does things makes him look like he stands out more. I'll say Coutinho is a bigger game-winning player than Mane. If it's 5 minutes to go and it's a Champions League quarter-final and we need a goal, I think Coutinho we can rely on more than Mane.
I don't know,
therefore, I think it makes Mane less important than Coutinho.
I think
for that reason.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. I think going by what I've seen Coutinho in
is
the
big
games
game
for us especially.
Not that Mane isn't.
No.
But Coutinho is the go-to guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Every time we're losing a game, the guy who drags us by the neck and just dictates the play and brings us back is Coutinho.
Yeah, his free kicks are like penalties, bruv, as well. They're actually frightening.
So just final thing, just to round it before you go. So Liverpool, where do they finish this season?
Fifth or sixth.
Do you know what?
It depends who wants to be more of a waste man out of Arsenal and Liverpool.
I'm sticking my neck out here, and I'm probably going to get a little stick. I think somehow we might scrape fourth. I think we might scrape it. I'm asking for a lot because I'm asking.
So if you're saying fourth,
you know what? I can see that happening.
So you're saying Chelsea and Arsenal don't make it.
Yeah.
So Chelsea miss out.
Yeah,
I can see that.
You're
happening.
speaking like you finished all the dragons on the team.
No.
I can see that happening because if Chelsea get found for like financial irregularities and get kicked out of the league, then Liverpool.
You're being hard.